Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Monday Fun Day. Here we are. Dang, look at that move. We got some market participants today. Hey, Paul. Hey, Neil. Morning, Tommy. Hey, Philip. Hey, Michael. So, yeah, looks like this uptrend probably all done, all played out. We got two legs up to a new high. And we're right in the middle of all this junk that we stayed in for the last two trading sessions. See if the market can break out of this nonsense. Morning, everyone jumping in. What's up, Tom, Joanne, Ron, Julian? Market is now open, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if we can get a correction after this two-leg move up. And NQ is no different. In fact, looks even more played out. And it is right at this resistance area here. Just like the S&P, basically trading right where we traded the entire last two sessions. So not much really going for us here just yet. There may be a larger channel, but it's much too early. We have to see if the market's going to correct or not. So yeah, like if this keeps going up, if we don't get the correction that we're expecting, we'd be looking at something along these lines, which could definitely work. But yeah, we're right at all this resistance. Right now, uptrend looks played out. Good time to wait and see what the market does here. And this week we do have a little bit of news. FOMC is on Wednesday. We got GDP, PPI on Friday. However, the thing to know is that the FOMC is probably not going to be that big of a deal. The Fed's only expected to cut one time this year. I don't think it's going to be this week. They will likely pace it out in the middle of the year sometime. So yeah, this week, barring any major surprise, probably going to be pretty silent. At least from the FOMC side. Of course, Supreme Court decision comes out, any new revelations in the Greenland saga, that will affect the market. I don't think FOMC will. No change at 97% likely. Yeah, exactly. So if there was a surprise, if they randomly cut or something, that would be insane. The market would definitely react to that, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, S&P now is challenging the high to be a major breakout. And I think we have at least one gap fill above us. Yeah, just one. And then, of course, two major key levels. We're breaking out now. So far, so good, and not seeing any sign of the bears coming into the market. So I will start to consider this larger channel. Still holding it loosely, of course. And if we get rejected this key level, I mean, that will tell us a lot, but yeah, this is quite possible. Yeah, look at this price action here. Absolutely no energy from the sellers yet. In Q still as well moving up. It is not at a key level yet though. If it continues to go higher, let's take a look at what this larger channel would look like. Could be possible. But man, tell you what, this market does not look like it's actually in session. We had the New York Open. This thing looks like pre-market, man. We're just trickling along here. Not a great sign for the day. Doesn't really matter if we have a perfect trend or, you know, if everything's going well. What we need is movement. What we need is volume. So far, we're not really getting that. Very sluggish start. The winter storm knocked out the volume, exactly. Nice move off that level. Definitely playing the larger channel. That was the Bears' chance to get something going to the downside, and look at that. Just zoop, extended right off of it. Oh, here we go. Here's a little volume coming in. Ron says, I understand why many traders sit Mondays out for sure. This can happen. Unfortunately, I don't know that it's just going to be Monday. If there's no news, this could be what this whole week looks like. So I am totally down to look for a setup here. Clearly, the bulls are in charge. We had this one nice red candle, didn't do anything. We completely erased it. Come up to the gap fill. We get a nice clean two-legged pullback. I will look for the long. In Q continuing to creep up as well, I will, in the same way, consider a second entry. We can get a nice pullback. Right now we're just drifting higher. Come on, baby. Give us a setup. Or give us something. At least give us something. Even if we don't get a setup right now, as long as we get some market movement. Gap is filled on the S&P. We may actually be getting a pullback now. Well, if anyone wants to help the market move out, maybe poke it with a stick, or if you are the kind of person when you enter, all of a sudden the market will go the very opposite direction, maybe you can consider entering for us. That'd be great. Maybe take a long here so we can get a pullback. That'd be awesome. Did not get to the moving average. We're already looking to make a new high, it looks like. Striker, that's you. All right. Well, Striker, please enter here. Please take a long here so we can get a decent pullback. It would be wonderful. We're now above that gap fill area. Still absolutely no sign of the sellers at all. This may just be one of those grinding up the entire day kind of days. But keep in mind that this is very low volume. This is not a strong trend, so this could be reversed very easily. Another red candle. Maybe this will be the pullback. What do you know? Another green bar. Basically going sideways here. Right at the gap fill level. NQ looks a little bit better in terms of continuing to go up rather than sideways. It is attempting to break out of this key level right now. This is the high from Friday. Let's see how buyers do on this. And if we get above, that'll be a perfect spot actually to take a long. Get that little push up. Get the retest. Get after it. Waiting for either market to legitimately get above this level. Still don't have any volume coming in. All right, now we're getting a pullback. With how low volume this is, I kind of feel like we're going to have a bigger pullback than we might want. So as of right now, this pullback is a correction trend that is still in play. If we are going to take a long, we're going to need to see this play out. So need this move down, close outside, new low, and then if we bounce up yet again, that's where we're going to want to take the long. Definitely do not want to try to get in the way even of a correction trend and like just assume that it's going to be done right here just because we've been going up. Keep in mind, this is where the market opened. Still pretty choppy. Like obviously a little bit of an uptrend since the open, but not a high volume, really strong one. Got a little break outside of that that little downtrend there. An attempt to make a new low. If we get a double higher low, I will consider joining in. Here's one higher low right here. If we get one more, Meanwhile, over on the Nasdaq, we have not even really pulled back at all. Remaining strong over here. Still yet to legitimately break above that key level, but certainly holding up a lot better than the S&P right now. Looking for that second higher low here on the S&P. Jeez Louise, guys. Well, I want to apologize on behalf of the market. Sorry, traders, for giving you absolute crap conditions. If some news would just drop, this could all change. So that is the thing about this action. You got to be ready. Because yeah, Supreme Court did say it's going to give a ruling. It might not be for another month. It could be next week, right? We don't know. If it does come out, it's going to be Armageddon. Oh, you know, actually, I just realized we do have earnings this week. Apple, let me see who's reporting. Apple, Meta, Microsoft, I believe. So that actually could be a catalyst for some movement. Yeah, so Wednesday is Microsoft and Tesla. Thursday is Apple. Those are the major ones. So that actually could do some stuff, guys. Earnings could move the market for sure, but we do have to wait until Wednesday and Thursday for that to really kick in. No major company. I mean, there's reporting companies the next couple of days, but nothing major. All right, so this is actually really great for long now. Our correction had a break, had a new low, so it is played out. If we get a push above the EMA, I'll take the first higher low that we get. Also watching the Nasdaq though, because currently it looks like it is still in its correction trend. That could continue. But hey, at least we got some movement here. It's pretty decent higher low here on the S&P. I wish the Nasdaq was participating though. See how big this bar is. Oh yeah, that's 6-7 point bar. Yeah, no thank you. Since the S&P went up a little bit too far, we'll be looking at Nasdaq. Watching to see if we can get a higher low right around here. I'm seeing if there's any other way we can draw this channel to where it's still active, and I think we can. Because it is a secondary channel, so it doesn't have a objective beginning. It could be several different angles. Gotta find the one that best fits, and it looks like something like this could definitely be the case. I just wish we had some more volume in the market. Pitiful, pitiful volume here. Not a lot of conviction at all. New high reached there. We're going to have to wait for an entire new pullback. But this is definitely not the kind of price action you want to chase. Like, there's certain times when you get a really strong trend and it's like, hey, just find a way to enter it. Setup doesn't have to be perfect. Just get in there because it's going. Today's not one of those trends. This is a very weak trend. Very low volume. This is the kind of thing that all of a sudden just whoop, just reverses, right? Either that or it just trickles up all day and it's really hard to get a setup anyway. Bottom line is it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk to chase a setup that's not fully there. You should be completely okay with not taking a trade because remember, our goal is not to click buttons and take trades. It's to actually make money. So you have to wait until probability is on your side. Right now, it just really isn't. Nice push up there. So, yeah, a little bit more volume coming in on that move. We can feel a lot better about this next pullback. As long as the moving average holds, we could get a pretty solid entry here. Got a nice looking trend on NQ. Good looking trend on ES. It is low volume, but we will trade what we see in front of us. As long as we get a nice pullback. Hey, I'd be good with a little trade today. Again, if anyone would love to take a long up here so that the market could pull back, that'd be awesome. All right, drum roll, everybody. Let's see if we can get another pullback here. Looks like we're putting in a local top. Starting to get some selling. The only thing we don't want, at least for our long, is just a slice through the EMA, right? We don't want to see stacked red candles. We want to see some mixed candles getting down here and then finding support. Look at that drawing. That was absolutely beautiful. Very clear what I'm saying, right? I'm going to put this high on the chart as well. Hit like for the quality drawing. All right, baby. Yeah, someone went long. That's why we have that pullback. Thank you, whoever sacrificed taking that position for us. Greatly appreciate it. All right, we are back at the 21. Let's see what happens here. Again, we do not want to see a big bearish candle through that level. We also need to keep track of our correction trends. So far, that's what we got. We have to let it play out before we jump in. So keep your eye out for a setup here. Could happen. We got one leg of the pullback here. We just need one attempt higher. And then the second leg, then we'll just be looking for a bullish bar right on the EMA. Take that for a new high. Given this volume, it might take a bit to set up. So you're going to have to be patient. But yeah, we're clearly going up. Would not be trying to reverse this trend until we get like a massive drop back through both of these key levels and ensuring that they hold as resistance. If we get that kind of action, that's when we can start considering a short. But for now, stick to the long side. So happy new week of trading. Thanks for hanging out with me. Discord link is below if you want to trade with me for the rest of the day. I'm pretty confident that we'll at least find one setup. The market's moving decently, although not as good as we would hope, but hey, that's life, right? Hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. Catch you next time.